real estate agent.
Hey, Mom. My current dating life, it's really non-existent. If a guy is too short, I won't give him a chance.
I'm not going for it, and then I miss out on someone that will be perfect for me.
I'm 30 years old, living with my grandmother. My relationship with my grandmother, it's not everything, really. I'm a homebody, so I haven't really been dating. I've just been focused on work and school.
I'm Stephanie, I'm 35, and I'm desperate to find the love of my life. I've had some past issues where boyfriends have cheated on me, so I don't have time for the games.
My name is AJ, I'm 37 years old, and I am sick of eating dinner alone. I want to be in love and find that person pretty bad. I've always been a risk taker. I mean, I'm an entrepreneur. I own my own company. That's a risk in itself right there.
Yo, little black book, you already know what time it is. Are you mad? Are you mad? Are you leaning deep hit? Let's give it a light and start the show. Bust another buckle up more. I'm in the vibe and I got to know which one is gonna catch my... That's the wrong lyrics, isn't it? Let's get into this thing, mud. Listen, alright, listen. Before we start the thing, you already know, like, share, and subscribe. Before we start the thing again, listen, you already know. I've also got with me today, the Kinder Bueno. Now it's empty, because I've done ate all of them, but just to let you know, it's tasty. It is real nice, and I like it. All right, let's start that. It's mad. All right, cool. Listen, before we start as well, drop a few questions. I'm going to leave a few questions in the comment section. So before you guys get there, there's going to be like 6 comments, okay? I want you guys to answer as many questions as you can. Leave your comments down below. Let's get interactive. Let's actually you know what I'm saying? Let's get involved out here. Do you know what I'm saying? I want you guys to give me your thoughts on things. So first thing I want to say is obviously being single is not easy, and the fact that obviously people are doing this is brave. I know it's not easy to find a partner. I know obviously as well, I call it's a grace, and that basically means it's unmerited favor from God to allow you to find somebody who actually you like and want to spend the rest of your time with. I know it seems like a normal thing, but it's not normal, blood. It's not normal in the sense of to find somebody you genuinely connect with from the jump goal, you know what I'm saying? So when you find it, you just gotta thank God.
And for the first time, we've selected 4 couples who will be marrying a complete stranger.
This is crazy, man. What the heck did I sign up for?
This is the biggest season in Married at First Sight history.
So I don't know how you guys feel. Let me know down below. How do you feel about the couples? That's the first question I'm gonna ask. How do you feel about the coupling up? Who's your favorite so far? Who do you think is going to make it as well to the end? That's another large question you got to ask yourself. But cool, let's begin. Okay, so the whole process, obviously, some people have got together. I love the idea, the fact that they've matched people up scientifically. I think it's great. It won't be my life you do that for. But, boom. I rate that people are going to do that, and it's a brave thing to do. Just looking at the whole scenario, let's break it down from couple to couple. I've actually done separate notes for each person. I want to look at Keith and Christine. And
The first couple is Christine and Keith.
Initial thoughts was that, Keith's a good-looking guy. He's got great height on him. Hairline's on point. He got a nice smile. Some of us, we've got gaps in the teeth and a bit crooks, but he got a nice smile. Aesthetically, he's pleasing to the eye. Same with Christine. I think Christine's got a lovely, cute look about her. She's positive and bubbly, and you know what I'm saying? She's got a little cute frame, do you know what I'm saying? You know how I love my black girls, baby. I think aesthetically they'll be fine. One of the things that obviously for me was the fact that obviously, I don't want to say grandma's boy or mama's boy.
Yeah. My relationship with my grandmother, it's not everything, really. I'm a homebody, so I haven't really been dating. I've just been focused on work and school. I would love somebody to pull me out of this little funk that I'm in, of my home.
One thing I would say is that the fact that he said he would like, obviously, the woman to pull him out, like, he'd want to be somebody who pulls him out of his natural shell. And I'm like, get out of here, ladybug. He wants a woman to kind of like push him out of his natural habitat, and I'm like, you should be doing that anyway. If you're waiting for the woman to do that, you're going to find yourself in a lot of trouble. And the reason why I said this is because she can end up pulling you, and you don't like where she's pulling you. You won't like the direction. So for me, I was picking up, and I was like, okay, I hear you. Second thing is that obviously with Christine, she said obviously
I'm 28 years old, and I'm a real estate agent.
Hey, Mom. My current dating life, it's really non-existent. My family thinks I'm very picky, and I find myself having too high of standards. If a guy is too short, I won't give him a chance.
I'm not going for it, and then I miss out on someone that will be perfect for me.
I don't understand this obsession with women with short guys. Why don't people always say he doesn't have to be short? Is it because they're short? I don't understand. What is the big deal here? What is the finesse about dating someone who's taller? Like, I don't know. I'm just wondering. I guess it's the same thing if guys don't want to date a tall girl. I don't know. But I'm not sure what that means. But obviously with her, she said obviously she's always been picky in the past. And now she's 28. And one thing I would say is that when we say we're picky, you know, sometimes, you know, I don't want to say you attract to what you want. I'd rather say, like, you know what, sometimes, you know what, we can be so critical of what we exactly want that when we get something, we're not able to override the flaws. And I'm not talking about mad flaws. I'm talking about just genuine flaws that everybody kind of has. Weaknesses in different areas. This is also not to deflect from what she said, because maybe she hasn't met the right type of guy. Maybe the type of guys that come to her are not the type of guy that she needs, and that's understandable. Like I said, it is a grace of God that women can find a decent man, because the Bible says there are 7 women to 1 man, just to let you know, in the time of Israel. So that lets me know us men are outnumbered. We've got the power in our hands to choose. You understand? So I know it's not easy. This whole show makes me think about the fact that maybe some people don't feel like their internal compass is working anymore. What that basically means, internal compass, is having that gut feeling that something's right or something's wrong. Do you know what I mean? There is instincts in all of us as human beings, and when we meet somebody who we think we're going to be cool with and it's going to work out, it's going to be well, your internal compass kind of tells you that this is right, this is not right. And I think sometimes when people have made mistakes, or they've been out of the game for a long time, they don't want to trust their internal compass, because it's like, I could be wrong. And that's understandable. Do you get what I'm saying? So in this scenario, I was just looking at people thinking to myself, have they got the internal compass working? That internal compass is very, very important. Do you get me? Cool. One thing I would say as well, it was kind of funny with Christine, you know, because when they obviously started the whole process, and then they went to do the hen nights, right? I found it quite interesting that Christine decided that
Going to...
Do I have to answer this?
have sex on the first night?
Yeah.
If it happens, it happens. If you feel that connection with your husband, then yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm definitely not having sex on the honeymoon.
On the honeymoon?
On the honeymoon,
So what about your wedding night?
I'm not going to have it first day, no matter how great it goes.
Right.
she said, quote unquote, yeah, I'm not having sex on that wedding day and that honeymoon. Okay, I was like, oh, when she said, I was like, oh, it's saucy, spicy. All right, relax, darling. All right, you're not gonna do that. All right. And I was thinking to myself, why would she not want to do that? Do you know what I'm saying? Because this is what you've thrown yourself in, this whole process of getting married on without even seeing a person. You've already done a whole step, which is madness to a lot of us. But sex is too far, and I'm like, But again, this is not to bash the person. This has made me think. But then I realized that, and I was like, hold on a minute. Was she just saying that for the girls to sound more pure or whatever? Because when you were in the strip club, or when you lot were having the strippers, the behaviour that I saw was mad.
Christine is very modest. She is a very good girl, but she does have a bad side, and that's what I love about her.
Her husband better be ready. He better be ready.
You know what I mean? So mad. Because I'm seeing you, the way you're rubbing up a man's body, you have him rubbing up against you, man. Can I just say something as well? For me, yeah, if I get married, my boys best know, I do not want to see a stripper in any sight at all. Good gracious God, no. And if I found out that my wife ever had a stripper before we got married, I'm going to cancel the marriage. No, joke. But I will be vexed. And the reason why is because I don't understand why you think, as human beings, as people going into a marriage, that the last night before you get married is a night of freedom. Well, you weren't doing that when you were in boyfriend and girlfriend. That wouldn't be acceptable when you're boyfriend and girlfriend. Why is that acceptable when you become a fiancé of one night only? That's stupid. And you start as you mean to go on. But we've gotten things backwards. We're saying one night only, one night only. One night only, that one night only, that's like, that people are touching things they can end up moving mad. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to give someone the opportunity to move mad. And so, actually, when I saw the girls and I saw Christine just kind of reserved and saying, nah, I'm not really about it.
Up on stage, please.
Yeah. It's okay. I'll pass.
I rated that. And when I saw also Luke saying he's not really about it, I rated that. Now, I don't know Luke's reason. Luke didn't really give the reason as to why he weren't really interested. But with Christine, she made it clear she's not her kind of thing. It's not. She doesn't need to be doing no kind of thing. She's just waiting for a husband.
We're good, thank you. We're good, I promise, we're good.
I don't care. Party hard, do what you need to do.
And I rated that. Do you know what I'm saying? So I was a bit confused by Christine, because one minute you're saying, oh, you know, I'm not having sex now, honeymoon, but then you're moving very sexually mad with the strippers. And don't think I'm equating sex and being, you know, touching. But fam, this is a buck stop to the next stop. Do you get what I'm saying? So if you're so easily doing strippers, touching strippers, letting them rub up on you, letting them grind up on you, for me, it doesn't make sense. Do you know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like, okay, the person may be reserved in that area of sex, yeah. But then is that because you've never had sex before? Is that because you're a virgin? Or is that because something else? Like for me, it makes me think there is something that has made you drop that bar right there and then when you're being sexually liberal. Because one thing I would say is that I had a lot of pride. When I was younger, I had a lot of pride. Oh, I had a lot of pride of being a virgin. I was so prideful. I was like, yeah, I'm a virgin. I've never done anything wrong. Because I'm a religious person at the time. I wasn't really a Christian. I was more of a religious person. I went to church and that, but I don't really know Jesus. But it's like, I was like, yeah, I'm a virgin. Yeah, I've not done them things there. You know, blah, 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 blah. But, bruv, boy, was I rubbing up on things. Boy, was I dry humping. Boy, was I touching girls and girls were touching me. Boy, was I doing everything else apart from having full-blown intercourse. So deep what I'm saying. There was a lot of pride. That's why I didn't want to do what I did. I said, I don't want to have sex. I don't want to do that. That's too far. So that's what I'm thinking to myself. Why she said that comment, but then was happy to be rubbing up on a man. And I mean rubbing up on a man. Rubbing up on a man, you know? Okay, let me stop that. But when obviously the guys were talking, I found Keith quite interesting because he was quite confident. You know what I'm saying? And when the guys were obviously asking the first question, which is, what was interesting is when Will asked,
our fiancés are doing today.
No, are they having a bachelor party?
I'm not thinking about that, man. Today's my bachelor party. I'm partying tonight.
Talking to Keith, he kind of seems like me a little bit, like he just kind of seems real low-key. And
Keith was like, yeah, I'm not thinking about that right now. I'm not thinking about what the girls doing on their thing. And it's like, whoa, Keith, relax, man. Why are you being like that, girl? It's a little bit, I don't know if that was anxiousness talking or whether he's just confident. He just didn't want to think about it. Like, that's not what he's on. But what I know from him, obviously, a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, he was in the group circle of men. He was quite energetic. Him alongside Luke were quite energized at first. Then it was Keith and AJ, and it's like them two are very, very energetic. And you saw Keith come out of his major shell. So although I know he's a bit of an introvert, he was coming out of his shell, bruv. In fact, to the point where he said, obviously, you know, he doesn't usually drink, but he's drinking tonight.
I usually don't drink. So I've always been the person to say, hey, let's just stay home. So tonight is my night to actually have fun. And this is it. I'm feeling nice.
And he was splashing the cash on the girls when they were dancing in the car, you know, rubbing up on these girls. And I was like, looking at them like, bruv, this just looks like a free pass to move mad. But like I said, he seems like a really cool guy, a real in touch with his emotions. And he seems to be down to earth and that. One thing he said as well is that he wants a woman
I should say. As long as she can cook, it's a deal breaker.
That can cook. I'm always interested when, you know, I used to say that when I was 18. I want a woman that cooks. Yeah, you need a girl that can cook for you. Rare. Hey, life is real. I don't expect anyone to cook for me out of the fact I want you to. I want you to that out of love. I'm not saying I want to marry a woman who too does not know how to cook, because I know how to cook by myself. You know what I'm saying? I know how to get food. I know how to cook my own food and stuff like that. Don't ask me what dishes I cook, because I'm not going to tell you, because I don't have many dishes I can cook. But I can ruffle up something if I need to. Do you get what I'm saying? And I don't mean chips and burger either. I mean I can ruffle up something decent. You get me? But it's one of them ones where it's like, when you say that, but I want a woman to cook for me, it's quite old-fashioned, quite old school, and it doesn't take into account that a woman will be working as well. This is not me being on a bandwagon of women. This is actually just being a sense of actually becoming a mature man and beginning to understand if she's working and I'm working, and you're expecting her to cook, boy, you best believe that you have something in return for her, because the tables need to be at an equilibrium. Because what happens is when you expect a woman to cook, you best believe that you have to bring something to the table to match that. Because what happens is, in this generation especially, women have a different set of expectations. And so when you bring to the table, I expect you to be cooking. Unless it's something that she innately does anyway. She's always been a cooker. Then she's gonna get to a point where she ends up resenting the fact that, hold on a minute, I'm always cooking. What are you bringing to the table? You're not always cleaning. If you're not always doing this, you're not always doing that for me. So I don't understand why I'm doing always the cooking. Do you know what I mean? So it can easily turn into that. Do you know what I'm saying? Especially when you don't know the person either. So although I understand what he meant by, want a girl that cooks, it's important to understand the equilibrium and what you bring to the table. That's all we're saying. And just leave a comment though. I'm gonna leave a comment as well. Is it a deal breaker that a woman can't cook? Is it a deal breaker that a man can't clean? You know what I mean? It's interesting as well because obviously the fact that Christine said obviously she's not gonna have sex on the first date. Obviously not gonna have sex on the first night or whatever. But then obviously Keith is just so open about the fact when they were talking about the kissing.
At the altar, when they say you may kiss your bride, how you guys feeling about that? Like lips, like full on,
Man,
or are
I'm
you
diving
doing?
in, man.
You're diving in.
The way he said he's gonna lay down the kiss, he's also gonna lay down sex or two, and she might not be on it, and it's gonna get awkward. I just thought I think it's gonna be awkward between these two. I think if they eventually get past the marriage part, it may be slightly awkward. Because I thought he was an awkward one. Nah, Gigi. It looks like Christine's an awkward one at this point, bro. She's fun, she's lovely, she's bubbly, but you'd be surprised what happens when the ring goes on. You know what I'm saying? Plus, she's an estate agent, and he's a mama's boy. This is what makes me think, grandma's boy, so it makes me think, will she be happy to mummy him a little bit?
I would love somebody to pull me out of this little funk that I'm in, of my home. Be willing to take her time with me while I'm afraid to step into the light, or outside, I should say.
Because that's what he's basically saying. He wants her to mummy him a little bit. Do you know what I mean? And he said he needs patience so that he can come out of his shell. And I'm like, bro, she's an estate agent. She's used to getting what she wants. Like, used to going after what she wants. Is she going to be cool giving you that time? I don't know. Is that going to annoy her giving you that time? I don't know. It may do. Do you know what I'm saying? It's too early to really be making decisive comments about what people are doing. But I'm just pointing out a few observations. There, it's going to be an interesting ride and see what actually happens. So we'll follow deeper into that, and then we'll see what happens. So listen, guys, that's part 1. We're going to drop part 2s, baby.